Most people look at the map of Nigeria and see 36 states. They see a president in Abuja, they see a Senate and a House of Representatives. But that is the Nigeria they want you to see. Behind the red carpet and the television cameras, there is a different map. A map where the borders are not drawn by geography, but by bloodline and bank accounts. In this Nigeria, 200 million people are governed not by the ballot box, but by a gentleman's agreement made in private jet and hilltop mansions. For 60 years, the history of Africa's largest economy has been a story of 3 dynasties. One family controlled the guns and the cake-making, one family controlled the stomach and the markets, and one family has perfected the art of political capture. Today, we are not just talking about wealth, we are talking about hegemony. We are revealing the 3 families that have survived the coups, recessions, and revolution to remain the undisputed owners of Nigerians. To understand the first family, we have to go back to the Night of Blood in July 1996. A group of young northern officers, many in their 20s, staged a counter-coup that would change the strategy of Africa forever. They were soldiers, but they were also the founding fathers of military business aristocracy. History calls them the class of 60s. And at the center of this web sits the family of Olusegun Obasanjo, with the silent support of Mina, the top president, Ibrahim Babangida. Why does the family still control Nigeria? Because they privatized the state. When the military era ended in 1999, the generals did not just go home to farm. They transitioned, they took the billions in oil revenue accumulated during the 80s and 90s and moved them into the upstream sector. Look at the board members of Nigeria's largest bank. Look at the owners of the most lucrative oil blocks in the Nigeria Delta. We will find the children, the cousins, and the business fronts of the class of 1666. Obasanjo is the architect. He did not just serve as a civilian president. He built cake-making machine. He decided who would succeed him in 2007, and his influence reached into 2011 and beyond. When the president in Nigeria wants to make a major move, they don't just check the law. They fly to Ota or Mina. They seek the military blessing. They are the guardians of the status quo. Their power is the power of the veto. They decide when a leader has become too radical, and they have the connection in the barracks and the boardrooms to make that leader disappear from the political stage. While the generals control the guns, one family from the north has spent a century controlling the breads. To the world, Aliko Dangote is the richest man in Africa, a modern industrialist. But the secret to his power is not just business, it's his DNA. Aliko is the great-grandson of Alhassan Dantata, who at the time of his death in 1995 was the wealthiest man in West Africa. This is the story of the state capture, disguised as national development. For 40 years, this family has operated on a simple, brilliant strategy: vertical integration. They realized early on that in a country as chaotic as Nigeria, the government is the biggest risk, so they became the government partner. The family does not just compete in the market, they are the market. Through a series of exclusive government policies, they have successfully ensured that any competitor trying to bring cheap cement or sugar into Nigeria faces impossible tasks or bans. In essence, the family provides the state with industrial stability, but their power reached a new level with the Dangote refinery. By controlling the refinery of petroleum, the family has moved from controlling the kitchen to controlling the heart of Nigeria's economy. If this family decides to stop their trucks, Nigeria stops moving. If they decide to raise the price of cement, the Nigerian dreams of owning a home dies. They have made themselves too big to fall. They are the financiers of every major political party. They won't care who is in power, because whoever is in power means they are meant to build roads and their tax revenue to survive. The third family represents a new kind of power. While the generals are rooted in the north and the barracks, and the monopolies are rooted in Kano and the market, this family is rooted in the commercial soul of Africa, Lagos. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaban.
We plan to have private sector partnership, IBOT.
In 1999, Tinubu inherited a Lagos that was became former capital.
Lagos is Lagos. It is not jungle. You either obey our law or go to your own jungle.
But he saw what no one else saw. He saw that if you control the internal revenue of the wealthiest city in Africa, you don't need the federal government oil money. He built the Lagos model, a sophisticated system of political patronage and tax collection that turned the city into a family treasury. Through companies like Alpha Beta, he created a system where the line between state revenue and private influence became permanently blurred.
Because I'm different. I am Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I have governed Lagos.
Tinubu did not just win an election in 2023, he completed a 30 years corporate takeover. His wife is a senator, his daughter is Iyaloja, leader of all markets. His son controls the advertising and media space of Lagos. His produce occupied the central bank, the finance ministry and the tax authority. This is the modern dynasty. It is built on intelligences and organization. They have created a system where you cannot do business in Lagos or now in Nigeria without passing through a gatekeeper loyal to the Jagaban. They have turned political loyalty into a multi-billion-dollar asset. You will see this family clash in the newspaper. One will support one candidate, another will support another, but do not be deceived. In the world of the owners, there is a part of survival. They know that if the Nigerian system collapses, they all lose, so they maintain a delicate balance. The generals ensure the military stays in the barracks. The monopolies ensure the economy keeps breathing, even on life support. The politicians ensure the legal system protects the weight of the elites. They are the Nigeria Trinity. For the young Nigeria in the streets, the fight is for a job, for electricity, for future. But for the three families, the fight is for continuity, to ensure that 50 years from now, when the history books are written, the names of the owners remain the same. Nigeria is a nation of 200 million people, but it is owned by three. The question is, will the youth ever find a way to rewrite the map, or are we just living in their world? I am Vito. This is the history they don't want you to see. If you want more, hit subscribe and join the investigation.